Hello. Oh, Anya, not quite. Oh, so close. I believe Emily beat you to it. Gotta share this out to the Twitter world. Say, JK, we live. Just kidding about everything. Even though I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. You should, so you can keep up to date with all my bullshit. It's just easier to like update on there than it is pretty much everywhere else. Bubbles, butterfly, hello, 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 my friends. It's good to see you. Hope you can hear me okay. You were literally playing Pokemon Go right before this started. Who else is Yellow Team? Yeah. When's this going to start? It's going to start in 16 minutes and 47 seconds. There's a little countdown on the screen. You can, but basically we're just chilling. Let people roll in till we kick it off. Start reading some spooky stories of a topic near and dear to my heart. Well, not necessarily near nor dear, but definitely something I think is cool. Olivia, hello, hello, hello.
Hey, listen.
Frank B with the first donor of the night with the $1 Canadian. Thank you, my friend. How's my night going? It's good. You know, do I still have a beard? I want to get a balm or butter for my husband. Any recommendations? There's like this like Amish brand of like beard oil that I used for a while that felt pretty good. You might be able to like look up like Amish beard oil like that you can put in after the shower and it absorbs pretty nicely. Keeps the skin underneath the beard like from, you know, getting flaky and all that kind of shit, because sometimes that can kind of oh yeah oh my goodness. Brittany T with a 30 right out of the gate, making me twerk even though it's a little bit of a twerk. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Twerk carefully, please. Don't make your ankle worse. Yeah, I brought my stand-up desk that like extends off my normal desk. It is it's like a hydraulic system, which is cool, but if there's any weight on top of it, it kind of like drops really fast, so I had to be careful and actually squished my finger earlier, which was lame. But anyways, I dropped it down to, you know, sitting height, which feels really fucking weird sitting at a desk for a computer, because I have not done that in so long compared to my stand-up desk where I just like feel free to, you know, twerk and all that kind of stuff. But Brittany, thank you so much for the 30. Yeah, the ankle, got it wrapped up right now in ace bandage, a little bit of elevation, you know. I'm hoping tomorrow maybe to just go get like a big thing of ice and like a cooler I can just soak it in, you know, every couple hours. Marco Dog with the 7 Canadian maple syrup dollars says, thank you for the stories. I find the outdoors theme ones to be relaxing. Yeah, those are really good ones. I love it. Hey Colin, how are you? I'm just trying to listen, trying to fall asleep. Heck yeah. Get comfy. Why'd I lie? Yeah, I'm just a big liar pants. Liar pants for hire. Oh, Sam with the 2 says, can't stay for a whole live. I open at work in the damn. Sorry, Sam, but I hope you have a good shift, and I'm glad you can make it for even a little bit, and thank you so much for the dono. Hannah says, just got done drinking my bestie a little too happy, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. That's how I feel all the time. So to answer your question, though, I was, so, you know, we made it a little bit of a normal thing for me and my buddy to, thank you, Fry, for the ankle kisses. So I, was walking, you know, we go on long walks, and it's been great. I love it, you know what I mean? We just chat about shit, and you just feel like you got purpose, like you're a dog who's, you know, in charge of a bobsled or whatever the fuck dogs pull, I forget. And And yeah, so we were walking down this one area, and I this is like the weirdest shit ever, the stupidest thing I could have ever have done. We were walking down this one hill, and I got this sudden burst of energy in my body, you know, and that burst of energy told me like, okay, you're 30, but holy shit, you're not old, you're full of energy, you're full of vigor, you're full of cum. Sorry. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, something about it, just like, I'm like, I can just do whatever. And like, this is my buddy from like high school. So like, we're walking, and I just felt goofy, and I felt like doing like a throwback to like stupid sports. And like, I was like, high knees. And like, just did this stupid fucking like move where I just started doing ridiculously like over exaggerated high knees. But I was going to like, just like do them as I went by them. And it was just supposed to look very silly. You know what I mean? And it's dark out. I'm going down a hill as I do it. And we're going to fill those ears up. Man, I don't worry. But no, I like, you know, did it like off of a curb. And then, but like, as I came down the one curb, I totally, you know, didn't know that curb was there. And the forceful nature of doing high knees, like coming back down, slammed down, but like thought that there was going to be something there, but it wasn't. So it grabbed like the edge of a curb and just like slid down and just fucking straight up like cracked my ankle. And I just like fell at him, and he was like confused as shit. He's like, what the fuck just happened, dude? Like, I thought you were like running from something and you just fell. I'm like sitting there like laughing a bunch, but also like, oh my fucking god, I think I broke my ankle like a complete idiot. And yeah, so that's now why I'm not using a stand-up desk currently, because I have lost my mind, supposedly. I am dumb. I don't know. I hurt myself twerking. We'll go with that. It was a freak twerking accident, guys. Yeah, actually, my ankle broke because somebody did an off the heezy. I was playing some street hoops, some pickup games with the fellas on Rucker Park, and they just straight up crossed me up, like literally untied my shoes, tied them together, cross up. That's a move. That's like a telekinetic move you can do in basketball. New kid in gymnastics broke my ankle falling off a crash mat at Crash Mat. How does that even happen? Dude, yeah, that sucks. I see this like gymnasts, they do like mine was a 6-inch fall. I don't know how you guys can like come off of like a 10-foot like quadruple flizzy flip and just land like perfectly still, like gandering up at the audience. Look what I've just accomplished. Lila says, I feel you, Joel. My ankle's been hurting for like over a week. I might have to go to the doctor. Shit. What happened, Lila? I did see that. That sucks. I'm really sorry. Mr. Haunted with a 2 says, buy a Snickers bar with this. I will. I'm not quite myself without it. Yeah, I broke my ankle playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, I don't even really play Pokemon Go. I played it when I first came out, but I haven't played it in so long, so maybe I'll be kept up to date here. Sam, yes, the stream has just started. Your mom, you're putting on them glasses. I like that. Bubbles says, dang, I've had a broken bone and a bad sprain, and the sprain hurts worse. Ice for the first 24 hours, then heat after that. Hope you have a heating pad. Oh, interesting. Yeah, fuck. Maybe I can go get like some of those like icy hot pads. Let me type in icy hot pad for ankle sprain. For most injuries, ice is recommended for the first 24 to 48 hours. This helps reduce the pain and swelling that are part of the inflammatory stage of healing. You can switch to heat when the ankle swelling goes away. The area should not be red or hot to the touch. Yeah. Hey, Carson Claus, what's up? Keep up the great work, brother. Thank you, my friend. Same to you. Keep doing what you do. You got the check mark, so you're definitely there, my dude. I was doing the WAP challenge. Oh, yeah. Rice. So I gotta put rice on it? Oh, I have to dip it in a bucket of rice, I think, and the rice absorbs all the toxins, all the swelling and injuries. Lila says, to be honest with you, I don't know. It just randomly started hurting. It is a really dull pain, and sometimes I'll get super sharp pain going through it. It really hurts when I walk on it. Huh. Well, that sounds like some sort of either a chronic thing or not like a chronic thing, but like a almost like a stress fracture over time or something of that nature. Like just get my leg amputated. I literally thought that, like, because earlier, like, I had my wrap around it, and I didn't even tie it that tight or, you know, wrap it that tight, but it fucking started to get, like, numb at certain times, or just, like, weirdly numb, where I just really had to keep, like, moving it, and I'm like, oh my god, if I have to lose my leg, I'm never gonna read again, because I read with my feet, you know, everybody reads with their feet. And don't you think it's weird, last time you were on, I talked about a cat and you read a story about a cat killer? Jesus, Louis, I think there are no coincidences, as they say. I think you manifested that story into a reality. Oh. Shit. Dude, sitting in a chair is fucking so bad for you. That'd be funny to say that to, like, your grandma who's, like, stuck in a wheelchair. Grandma, sitting in a wheelchair is, like, so bad for you, dude. Vix, you cracked your head open. Looking for the next idea. Hey Chris Kaufman, what is poppin', dude? The ghost of Timmy tripped you. He probably did, dude. Honestly, I gotta be honest with you. It was like sort of a humbling experience. In the sense that, like, I had this like just sudden burst of energy where I felt unstoppable. I don't know what it was. It was like, I don't know if you guys ever have that like sudden chemical rush go through your body where or just something in you just like, you just get suddenly like abruptly giddy about fucking nothing. Maybe I'm the only one. And like, it just manifests in the form of high knees. And I was like God or the ghost of Timmy the Rat very quickly humbled me in that scenario. Brought me back down to earth, quite literally. Chillin', bro. Nice. Yeah, we all chillin'. We got another 4 minutes before we kick these Pokemon Go stories off. Oh yeah, I hope I can pronounce this. Is it Pokemon or Pokemon? Or Pokemen? Or Pokemen? Or Men Poke? Pokelemon. I forget. Has anyone recognized me by my voice? You know, I don't think so. One time I ordered Chinese food, and the guy said I sounded familiar. That was weird. Because I had like never ordered there before over the phone, so I was like, that's strange. I can't feel my legs. Well, that's just because your arms have been blown off. Mr. Peanut Butter with the 2 says 5 a.m. here in England. Oh, you appreciate my insomnia. I know, I do. I time it up with you. We're on the same cycle. Did I see Lucas Giolito throw a no-hitter? You know, I don't really watch baseball. Jensen, I actually did say that, yeah, it was a freak twerking accident while playing Pokemon Go. It's pronounced Digimon. I was just thinking about stalkers earlier because I think you guys said, like, you're like, you definitely have to have a stalker. And I was like, I was just thinking, like, you know, if I do ever get a stalker, can it please be a girl? Can it be a hot chick? that'd be super great. If you're gonna be a stalker, just be sexy, all right, and a lady. It'd be really convenient for me. I don't have to run away. Colin with the 5 says, I work 7 to 3. Wish I could stay and chat. Good night, everyone. So happy to have internet again for your live streams. I haven't seen you in a while, Colin, but I'm glad you're back. Some people, like some names, I haven't seen them in a while. I'm like, where are they? Oddly enough. Hannah, when are you going to be my stalker? I'm still waiting for that opportunity. For every one of my stalkers, I have like a specific window outside of my house I ask them to specifically stare in. That'd be really funny if like multiple stalkers showed up at the same time. They're like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just stalking. Oh, me too. Well, can you go stalk over in that window? Because I'm like kind of staring at them through here. This is like my designated window. Hannah, I need you to stalk me harder. Stalk me harder. D-Shore with the 5 says, have the best night. Thank you, D-Shore. You too. Smooches and looches. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Joel's future girlfriend will be ex-stalker story waiting to happen. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at that point, you kind of have to wife him up just out of convenience. You're like, well, I'm not doing anything else. Thunder Comrade, no worries. It's good to see you. A stalk of celery. I'm waiting for my stalker of celery. My overnight stalker at the grocery store. They had an organization. They have like a... Sorry, that took way too long to say. They have a union of stalkers. The Stalkers Guild. Oh shit, 20 seconds, baby. We about to do this. Successful stalker stories, yeah. Anybody here ever been a stalker that turned out great? Hey, Lil. Wait, is it the same Lils? I don't know why the... Chell Bell, hello, hello. G Money, I'm glad to get you through the graveyard shift. I used to be a graveyard shifter, as you can tell. Do you look how you sound? Exactly. I look identical to my voice. Alec says, this is Josh again. Alec was playing football outside with friends, and he horribly broke his arm and in surgery now. Please pray for him and wish him a great recovery. Jeez, man. It's just injury central, yeah. Hope he's doing all right. Freaking football, dude. Well, he's a young buck. I'm sure actually breaking the arm or arm would suck a lot. I was fortunate with that. Maybe it's all the milk I drank growing up. Just so much milk. Mommy's milky, 24/7. Makes the bones strong. Well, we're at 300 people starting out the stream, which is fantastic. And there's Lils. The 5 says, I say I'm one of your stalkers, but honestly, that's too much work. I know, honestly, like, when you think about it, think about what a stalker has to go through. Like, I feel bad for them more than I do the girl because, like, or not just the girl, but the guy, you know, potentially the guy as well. But, like, the stalker, that's, like, dedication, really. Like, just having to wake up every morning. Like, think of to waste your time thinking about someone else more than yourself, so much so that you will dedicate endless hours of your day determining where they are, where you can find them, how you can break into their house, what specific pair of panties you're going to steal this time. You know what I mean? It's just like it's all under the potentiality that none of it will even pay off. Those are the people that you want to be putting as the freaking CEOs of big tech companies, taking those big risks, you know what I mean? Those are the people that need to invest in aggressive hedge funds. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but you know what I mean? They just need to get them out in the front lines. They're not afraid to die. Ryukun with the 5 says, the last time I hurt my ankle was the day Pokemon Go was released. I was with my cousin when she was playing it. Hope you feel better. Thank you, Ryukun. I'm sure I will. Here, just gotta get things healing and peeling. Well, hopefully nothing peels, but did I do any sports? Yeah, growing up I played, in 6th grade I started football, which was cool because that was about the time I went from being like a chubby kid to like in shape, you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's never too late to start exercise, but I feel like there's a time where I really think it's important for kids to play sports. I've said that before. I know it's a weird time we live in right now with those bullshit, but like I really think if it's possible to get kids involved in athletics young, it just gives them a sense of confidence, community, and discipline that they otherwise wouldn't have. Yeah, so anyways, side tangent. Played football. Ended up quitting football my senior year because I wasn't going to start. But I was also a lineman, like under 200-pound lineman, trying to like make that happen. That was not a good idea with everybody else being substantially more massive. And so I quit that and I played rugby my senior year. And rugby was fun as fuck because it was just like organized chaos. But like, it was just wild, you know, and it wasn't as serious, you know. You come from football where everybody like they all take it fucking seriously, high knees, baby, and then you're playing rugby where you're just fucking smacking into people and getting muddy, taking a mud bath. Sam S with the 229 said, "What's the worst non-sexual stalker story?" Shit, I don't even know. There's been literally so many. Do I play any instruments? I can't say that I do. I've purchased many instruments throughout my existence, but never had the follow through to like make it happen. This song's kind of sweet. All right, guys. Who's geared up? Who's geeked up? Tweaked up? Ready to listen to stalker stories? Who's ready for these Pokemon Go bullshits? Oh Lord. We'll turn that down. Switching the mood up a little bit here, guys, to Iron Cthulhu Apocalypse. Hopefully it's not too loud. Oh god, that is loud as fuck. It's like I love listening to like the synthwave shit because it's just like tweaked up. Yeah, being stoned, you can be tweaked up on some stones. Wait, did I miss a dono? I feel like I missed somebody donating up there. Neodrux0417 with the 2 says, could you do Chupacabra stories? You got one to tell. Holy shit, that's actually sounds amazing. I actually have old Chupacabra stories, I think, up on the channel, or at least I did them way in the past. I can't remember if they're still up or not, but I hope they are. Chupacabra would be cool. I mean, you guys need to get out there and start looking for him so I can say it happened. Alright, we're going to switch over this one, actually. Yeah, the dinosaur song is the best one. Dinosaur Hour, Mosasaur edition. It's like a little bit mixture of like ambient and... Also, dude, I'm like sitting in this chair. Dude, fuck sitting in chairs. It sucks. It hurts your butt and your like hips. I remember like how tight I would feel like getting done lifting and then go sit in a chair for hours, it's actually the worst feeling on planet Xenu. All right, my friends. We are gonna kick this off. Chupa bro. Chupa corn on the cob stories. Margaritas for all. Thank you, Bubbles. Cryptids like skinwalkers. I think we could. You guys submit a lot of paranormal stuff, and I don't quite get on them as much as I used to, but kind of a description of my face. Just think of like your dad, but like hot, like a sexy dad, like someone that makes you feel like super safe, but also kind of like a weird tingle in your bingle. Alex says, hey, quick update. Alec just got done with his surgery and the doctor said it was a success. Thanks for all the love and support. Sadly, it was be an 8 to 12 month recovery. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Alex's whole... Yikes. Yeah, I wonder what kind of break it was. That's nuts. Hannah's constantly tingling and her dingling. Alright, guys, I gotta record 10 seconds of silence for the fallen soldiers, including myself. And by the soldiers, I mean the people that went on walks at midnight and cracked their ankle. I saw like a tweet one time where it was like, I want to thank the soldiers, not just America, like all the soldiers or something like that. If someone can find that, it was just like such a funny tweet, like every soldier ever. Like... I doubt that it will like show up, but yeah, I don't fucking know. It was like a meme joke, but anyways. All right, guys, 10 seconds of silence here. I've been a huge fan of Pokemon for pretty much my entire life. When it was released in the UK in October of 1999, I remember having to wait 2 whole months until Christmas for my parents to buy it for me. In the meantime, all I had was this game guide that I gotten for free with a gaming magazine. I couldn't wait to dive into this whole world of magic and mystery, inhabited by all kinds of fantastical, trainable creatures. I'm sure a lot of you remember how fun it was, but as time went on and I grew into my teenage years, I kind of just lost interest as my attentions were turned towards drinking and girls and other less wholesome pursuits. But then, in July of 2016, I got word of something that absolutely captured my imagination. The news that Pokemon Go was being released sparked a childlike excitement in me that I hadn't felt since that Christmas in '99. I remember the first few years of secondary school when my friends and I would fantasize about some future virtual reality game where we could capture Pokemon in real life, and now it was basically happening for real. So on release day, I downloaded the app and went out to my local park to catch Pokemon, and it was everything I dreamed of. The only way the experience could be improved now was if actual real-life Pokemon were engineered and released into the wild. But after a while, I'd pretty much exhausted a lot of the local hotspots, catching all the available Pokemon and building up quite a collection. So I was forced to look further afield, and using a few online forums, I learned that particularly rare Pokemon could only be caught in very particular areas. And it was on the hunt for a rarer than rare Dragonite that this story takes place. So there's a place in town I live in which... What the hell? Oh, fuck, dude. Sitting in a chair actually sucks dick, and I hate it. Sorry, it's just like my hips. Like, I don't know if you guys feel it when you're sitting in a fucking chair all day. Like, your hips are just tight, and like, it's just stupid. I don't even know. So there's a place in town I live in which has these really, what the fuck is this sentence? So there's a place in town I live in which has these really big, really old houses. Okay, I don't know. I can't read that. Seems weird. So there's a place in town I live in which has these really big, really old houses. Some of them date back all the way back to Victorian times, meaning in some cases they're almost 150 years old. We're a very working class town, mostly factory and warehouse jobs, so there's not actually that many people that can afford to fix up or live in pretty much any of those big old places. One or two are occupied, but the rest are just run down and abandoned, which is a real shame, but beside the point. It was on a walk around this particular area that I saw that there was a dragonite really close by, but as I closed in on it, I realized that it was actually inside one of those old abandoned houses. I was faced with something of a conundrum. Either break into that house and bag myself one of the rarest Pokemon around at that time, or turn tail and maybe have to wait weeks or even months before I got another chance to catch one. And so I went ahead and did one of the dumbest and most reckless things I've ever done in my adult life, and forced my way into that abandoned old building. So the whole thing was fenced off by these big old sheets of metal, but they were pretty easy to work around. But it did take me a while to wrench away the plywood from one of the big old doors and scratch myself up something awful as I did so. But still, I told myself it would all be worth it, and I'd be the envy of the local Go community when I managed to get my hands on that dragonite. There was no lock on the door behind the plywood, which was relief, quite frankly. I was desperate to get that dragonite, but I'm hardly some seasoned housebreaker. But once I was inside, I noticed a little glass panel in the hallway that had been smashed out already. So my only thought at the time was that I'd gone to all that trouble when I probably just could have climbed through that little opening. You could tell that there had been some glass here at some point, but not a single pointy shard remained to snag or cut me, so I didn't actually think, though, what... Yeah, 400 people, what's up, what's up? Been playing Pogo for years. Straight, still waiting for my horror story. Yeah, when the hell is that gonna happen? Hurry up and get spookied. There's no lock. Where the fuck? Sorry, I totally lost my spot. There we go. Paige, what's up? So I didn't actually think through what I was looking at, how I probably wasn't the only person to have been here recently, and that I might not be alone in that big old place after all. The inside of the place was an absolute wreck. Rotten staircases, all kinds of graffiti, and empty plastic cider bottles littering the inside. I had to carefully tread over broken glass and use needles in order to find my way into the back rooms out of the house, but when I did, with my old phone in hand, I finally saw that dragonite, the one I've been looking for so bloody long. I started frantically tapping my phone screen, throwing Pokeball after Pokeball in that thing's direction like a madman. I was so focused on capturing that dragonite, completely tunneled on it, so much so that I completely lost track of my surroundings, which, in retrospect, was really, really stupid. I'm talking to myself like, come on, you little bugger, get in the Pokeball. Completely oblivious to anything that was going on around me. Because when I heard the voice from behind, the growl that demanded to know what I was doing there, I almost completely peed my pants. I spun around and shoved my phone back into my pocket, having not even caught the dragonite, and see this really grimy looking, what I assume was homeless fella, staring at me from the doorway to the room I was in. Christ, I can see his face as clear today as the moment I laid eyes on him, and it scares me just to think about it. He had this mess of dark brown hair, all greasy and matted, along with a similarly scruffy-looking beard. His eyes were sunken and ringed with big black circles, and I know it sounds crazy, but they had this yellow look to them, which I later learned could have been down to hepatitis and severe alcoholism. But I think the scariest thing about him, and I feel kind of mean bringing this up because it definitely wasn't his fault at all, was the fact that he had this large, bald growth on his scalp, one that jutted up through his mess of brown hair. He looked truly monstrous. He asked me what I thought I was doing in his house. At first, I couldn't bring myself to answer. How was I going to explain that I was catching some fictional sprite thing that he couldn't even see? That might make him angry, and the last thing I wanted to do was make him angrier than he already seemed. So I just blurted out some nonsense about exploring or something, then apologized for intruding and told him that I'd leave right away. I walked towards him, expecting him to move out of the doorway, but he didn't move. He just stood there staring at me with those yellowing eyes. Then he asked if I was from the council, there to tell him to clear off the private land. I told him I wasn't and that I was just there exploring, but that was a lie and he heard it in my voice. I made another move to get past him in the doorway and he mirrored my movements, blocking my exit. Then he asked me to show him my wallet. When I asked why, he told me that I really wasn't from the council, about to grass him up, and there wouldn't be any council ID in there. I was terrified, so I did. I got my wallet and showed him that there was no council ID in there, but obviously as I showed him, he saw the $5 note that was crumpled up in there too. He snatched my wallet out of my hand, scrambling through it to make sure I was telling the truth, and snatched the $5 out of it before tossing it back at my feet. But something told me that he wasn't quite satisfied. He asked me if I was going to grass him up for squatting there. I swore blind that I wouldn't, that I'd keep quiet. You should get an exercise ball, much better for your lower back. That's actually a great idea. Oh, I actually just remembered I do have a stupid... Fuck, dude, I actually just remembered that. Good idea. I have this chair over there that's like half exercise ball that like sits inside of a rolling chair, and I never fucking use it. Mainly because of the standing desk thing, but... Oh. Wait. Damn. I was thinking I could like... Dude, also, like, yeah, like, sitting in the chair, like, your back is, like, more prone to, like, cracking and shit like that. Michelle Ortega says, what exactly is Discord? Just chatting? Yeah, pretty much. Posting memes and dumb shit and making internet friendos. Did I miss I think I missed a dono from Mr. Scythe with the $1. Thank you, Mr. Scythe. Make sure I didn't miss anybody up yonder here. Up yonder? Wait. Yeah, and then it was the Chupacabra. El Chupacabra. Is it El Chupacabra or La Chupacabra? I think it's La. It's like a female. And get one of those back braces for when I said Jesus Christ. Just put on a whole like robot suit. Honestly, it's just like, yeah, wrap myself in bubble wrap. I just in general, like sitting is bad. Like I'm not like an unhealthy person at all. It's just like sitting is just makes me feel like I'm going to die. He asked me if I was going to grass him up for squatting there. I swore blind that I wouldn't, that I'd keep quiet so he could keep on living there for as long as he could. I was serious about that too. I don't want anyone having to sleep rough, especially not anyone who was obviously not well. But that answer wasn't good enough for him, and he slowly began to edge toward me. I backed off instantly, begging him not to do anything too hasty, but he reaches down and grabs this old table or chair leg and starts telling me that if anyone comes by to kick him out, he'll find me, how he'd walked the streets for weeks looking for me, how he had nothing to lose, how being in prison would be better than living life on the streets, all this really horrible, depressing stuff. I thought he was going to brain me right there and then, but he didn't. I think he realized that there was more trouble than it... I think he realized that I was more trouble than what it was worth. As soon as I had the chance, I just legged it out of there, hearing him screaming after me as I went, and not once did I look back. I was much, much more careful after that. As much as I wanted these rare Pokemon, it was definitely not worth getting hurt over. No bloody AR game is worth getting hurt over. Whoops. Uh-oh, Hannah's heading to Dreamland. Never, never land. As much as I wanted those rare Pokemon, no bloody AR game is worth getting hurt over. My cat wants in. 1 second. Maybe I'll switch up this chair. I need a bigger room. It's so fucking cramped. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. I sound like an old ass dude. All of my like fucking dad noises. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Okay. This chair's weird as fuck, but we'll make it work. It's like bouncy, but also really strange. What kind of cat do I have? It's just a black cat. Mr. Padeep. Padeep. He's funny. Liz, why do I keep you up? I don't know. I need you here. I had 2 mistakes in my last vid. I don't know. I must have been like editing tired or something like that, and just like sometimes like edit while I'm like talking to people and I'm like fucking like I don't know, they just distract me or I just fuck up or something. Yeah, sorry about that. 2 mistakes. That's a bit strange. Bit out of character. Dude, fuck this chair. Yeah, what the fuck? God, I'm sorry. I'm like so wildly uncomfortable. My 30 is showing. I know, dude. It's fucking weird. This is tough, actually. I don't even know. I can't, like, I feel like now I'm, like, not high enough, and I, like, try to prop up my... Like, this is terrible. I don't even know. I'm, like, so fucking low to the ground, but I, like, have to, like, lean my head up, but I also have to, like, keep my leg up because of my stupid fucking ankle. I'm just, like, such a mess right now. Alright, here we go. I think I found something. Jesus Christ, there's like 1,000 chords. It's hot as fuck. I don't even know. Karen Hare with the 5 says, hello, loves. Hello, Karen. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna rename the stream. My chair is trying to kill me. It really feels that way. Like I'm just... I don't even know. Like, can I... Because I have to keep this mic close to this thing. This... Oh, I can just pull them down. What am I doing? I'm fucking up here. But God, I hate like mic stands. Like you pull them down, and then they fucking like pull away from you. You're like, no, I'd rather be over here, like a rubber band. All right, dude. I've just about given up on this shit. Just kidding. Okay. Let me know if you can still hear me okay, because I'm like adjusting the microphone locations. A few summers ago, me and a few friends were really into Pokemon Go. It was honestly a really cool way to get out and get some exercise while doing something we enjoyed, and we ended up exploring all over the city we lived in, finding all kinds of places that we'd never had ended up seeing otherwise. So at one point, my friend heard of a Facebook group made up of local Pokemon Go players who would organize meet and greets at a local park. My friend had been to one before and said that she had met this really cute guy there, and that it would be awesome if we came too to maybe meet some people and we could make friends with and battle against. Obviously, we agreed, and we joined the Facebook group to find out when the next meet would be. So one Saturday, we took a stroll down the local park and met up with this group of people. They were all really, really nice, all like-minded people, so it was Ripster's level 33 in Pokemon Go. I don't even know. I can't. I just can't even. I just can't even. I'm like falling out of the Jesus. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's like I'm like this is like the worst chair. Why'd they even make this chair? It's like a fucking. It's like falling into a black hole. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. This is so shitty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, I just want to be like healed. Someone do a miracle fucking healing on my ankle right now. This is terrible. Okay. I'm trying to think, how the fuck can I like comfortably I have no idea, honestly. I'm losing my mind. This is fucking stupid. This is like so wildly different than my like normal setup here. I'm sorry, guys. This is top tier streaming that you guys are like totally stoked to be a part of. Sam Chappelle with a 5 says, would love to hear you narrate 8 Feet Tall again or some other Japanese horrors. Japanese stories would be really cool. I feel like that is something I want to look into.
Hey, listen.
Do castor oil wrap, they help sprains heal up faster. Fuck, I didn't know that. Dude, I didn't know shit about healing a sprain. Like, I wish I did. Wonder where you get castor oil wraps even from. Maybe I can check like CVS. Drag my zombie ass down there. Okay, Pokemon Go players. My friend had been to one before, and she said she met this really cute guy. My friend had been to one before, and she said that she met this really cute guy there, and that it would be awesome if we came too, to maybe meet some people and we could make friends with and battle against. Obviously, we agreed, and we joined the Facebook group to find out when the next meet would be. So one Saturday, we took a stroll down to the local park and met up with this group of people. They were all really, really nice, all like-minded people, so it was little wonder that we all got on so very well. And after about a half hour just milling around and chatting, we set off on our little Pokemon hunt. We walked all around the park, quite quickly actually, catching all the Pokemon we could find, but we soon found ourselves having to leave the relatively small piece of parkland and head out around the local neighborhoods to carry on catching them. Like it was only supposed to go on for like an hour or so, but we were all just having so much fun together that we didn't want it to end. So we're heading over to this other park we all knew of, where we knew there would be a lot more Pokemon for us to catch, as well as a Pokemon Center and a gym for actual battles. Most of us just got our phones away at this point. What? Stream and read us a couple of chapters of a book. I can't read like a copyrighted book, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, it's like, it's not that I'm sitting too much. Like, I never fucking sit, you know what I mean? I have a stand-up desk normally, but then I fucked up my ankle, and now I'm relegated to a chair. And sitting in a chair, like, after you never do it, like, it's like the fucking stupidest invention they ever made. Like, why would sitting in a chair sucks? Because it just seems like it's, like, crunching all of my, like, posterior chain into, like, a fucking ball of meat goo. And I just feel super tense. And I can't even adjust my ass in this dumb fucking... oh my god, this is such a stupid seat invention. Why would they even make this? Alright, what the fuck? Okay, we walked around the park quite quickly, actually, catching all the Pokemon we could find. It's like... I should highlight this whenever I stop, because I just lose fucking track. Sorry. Like, it was only supposed to go on for like an hour or so, but we were all just having so much fun together that we didn't want it to end. So we're heading over to this other park we all knew of, where we knew that there would be a lot more Pokemon for us to catch, as well as a Pokemon Center and a gym for actual battles. Most of us have just got our phones away at this point to save battery and stuff, but one or two who had been smart enough to bring along power banks with them are still using them to keep an eye out for rare Pokemon. At one point, we're standing at the side of the road at a zebra crossing, waiting for the lights to turn green so we can cross, when this one guy walks out into the road like he's safe to cross. I suppose he was for a moment. There weren't any cars coming at that particular moment, but the lights were still on red for us. Then this car comes tearing around the corner at about 40. Some proper little boy racer in his VW Golf and just slams into this guy with his eyes glued on his phone screen. I mean, it happened in a matter of seconds, and I only knew it had happened because of his dump noise and the people around us start screaming and shouting. The boy racer backs up, turns around and just speeds off to escape the scene. But oh my god, the guy he hit was in terrible, terrible shape. The people who actually saw it were traumatized and said the guy hit him so hard that he actually did like a sort of somersault in the air before landing in a crumpled heap in the middle of the road. There was blood pouring from his mouth and nose as one of us called an ambulance while begging them to be as quick as they possibly could. Thank God one of the group we were with knew a bit of basic first aid, and she put the guy in the recovery position. Can anyone part with the Squirtle? Yeah, I guess you guys could do like Pokemon Go shit on the Discord if you want. Thank God one of the group we were with, Thank God one of the people from the group we were with knew a bit of basic first aid, and she put the guy in the... Blood from the mouth and nose, generally not a good sign. Yeah, probably not. Face reveal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it. I did it in the Discord before, and then I just like, I don't know. I don't really like... I don't know. It's just like throwing yourself out there and shit, you know what I mean? It's just like... It's fucking weird sometimes, you know? Thank God one of the group we were with knew a bit of basic first aid, and she put the guy in the recovery position to clear his airway so he didn't end up choking on his own blood. I mean, I thought the guy was dead then and there, though all that blood, and his leg was at the most at a what is the sentence, dude? I don't even know what it's saying. I mean, I thought... Sorry, I'm like a major bitcher. I'm a top 10 level 99 bitcher. I mean, I thought the guy was dead there and then, though. All that blood, and his leg was at the most horrible angle where it had obviously been broken. I couldn't see how anyone could survive a hit like that. Like, yeah, I didn't see it, but oh my god, the way people were crying and stuff. I thought he'd had it. uh, Did you guys ever catch like shiny Pokemon, shiny Pokemon in like the actual normal game and not like, you know, the Pokemon Go version or whatever? Because I know Pokemon Go has like a lot of shiny Pokemon. I couldn't see how anyone could survive a hit like that, and yeah, I didn't see it, but oh my god, the way people were crying and stuff, I thought he'd had it. People were still crying and stuff when the ambulance finally turned up to put the guy on a stretcher, and over the next hour or so, people's parents showed up to pick them up and get them home from what had turned into an absolutely horrific afternoon. We kept in touch through the Facebook group for ages, keeping up to date with the guy's progress. Turns out his name was Ryan and that he did actually survive the accident, but had indeed broken his leg really badly, had a few teeth knocked out, and had broken his cheekbone and nose from the way he landed on the road. Some of us actually ended up going and visiting him in the hospital, bringing him... Sorry, I just burped. What time is it? It's like almost 1 here. Used to be a huge shiny hunter. You have like 4 rock ruffs. Nice. We're on story 2, Stella. Welcome, welcome. Some of us actually ended up going to visit him in the hospital, bringing him a few Pokemon-related gifts as a get-well-soon present, which he really, really appreciated. Anyway, we ended up keeping in touch, and now a chunk of the group that went on that day are all really good friends. Fuck, I'm like... Oh, did I say PM? I meant 1 a.m. 1 a.m. 12 hours difference there. Anyway, we ended up keeping in touch, and now a chunk of the group that went out that day are all really good friends who keep in touch online and meet up from time to time, sometimes for even non-Pokemon related things. But please, if you ever go out... But please, if you ever go out and about playing Pokemon Go, for the love of God, keep your eyes on the road and your surroundings in general. Safety first, every time. Randomly choked awake. Oh, fuck. Now I'm like wondering about those wraps that that one person was talking about that are supposed to help with like sprained ankles and shit faster, help with the swelling. Luke X with the 5 says, "Let's read. Good luck with your chair trials and tribulations. I hope that ankle heals quick, man." Thank you. I hope so too. I'm hoping like next week I'll be at least back to like, you know, standing desk again and all that shit. I mean, as soon as I hit that, I was like, dude, there's no way. I know tomorrow it's gonna be worse, and I know that it's gonna fucking... Well, it just sucks because it's like a... I can't like... There's no handles on it, so I can't use my upper body strength to like lift me up, and my fucking foot is crippled, so like I can't like push up in that, so I'm literally just sinking into this like bouncy ball chair, but like, or like I can't really get any leverage to like lift my fat ass off of it so I can like adjust, and I'm just like stuck in it pretty much. So that's fun. What do I do if I wake up with a swollen ankle? Well, it's already swollen. Tomorrow I gotta I'm gonna elevate it again tonight, and let it heal at its normal pace or whatever. I mean, not much I can do other than keep the ace wrap on and that compression elevation thing. And I do have some ice that I can put on it, but like today I had it in like an ice bucket that my buddy had kept all of his drinks in. I just put my foot in there, and it was so fucking cold, but it felt so nice. Castor oil wraps work really well, in my honest opinion. They help with the pain and help heal faster. Google how to castor oil. Okay, how to castor oil wrap. Lie on your back with your feet elevated. Use a pillow under your knees and feet. Placing oil-soaked flannel over abdomen. Cover with small. It's like a detox thing or something. Well, I can look into that later. Wonder where you get castor oil. Is that for cars? Did you ever see those memes where it's like, Dad, I'm changing the oil, and it's like a picture of her like putting vegetable oil into the car, like looks like she's about to, and then it's just like, Dad is calling. It was kind of funny. There was my buddy. Well, it's like I went with my friend to our other friends, like hour and a half away to get my brakes done today. So it's kind of stupid that as soon as I heard it, I had to like go drive an hour, which wasn't the best, but wasn't the worst either. And when we get there, he keeps showing us all these like random conspiracy videos because he's like isolated out in the woods and stuff. It's really funny. And like one of the ones he showed us was like this building in China that it looked like a storm was overhead, and then it was like it looked like it was struck by lightning. And then when it was struck by lightning, like it almost seemed like it went like straight down and like cutting the building in like half essentially, but not actually cutting in half, because they made it seem like they were saying it was a fucking like a mothership from like an alien ship or something, like actually like Covenant glassing this fucking building or some shit like that. But then I watched it, and then it just seemed as if though like when the lightning struck, it like shot all of the liquid and water off of it or something like that, and all of that was like super heated, so it was like glowing like orange or something whenever it like shot off the edge or whatever. And I didn't know how to tell him, like, listen, man, I don't think that's a fucking mothership. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was just a bunch of lightning that hit like a wet building, you know? It was on Twitter or some shit, but I honestly, I was like so ready for it too when they told me like, yeah, it was a fucking mothership, dude, or some shit, man, you know, like, and I was like, it's 2020. I think it's about like that time where the fucking alien ships are coming, you know what I mean? Ow, oh, fuck, I hit my ankle. Okay, I can't even sit in this chair. It's just like absorbing me. It's like throwing me. I don't even know who or where I am, but I'm dying. War of the Worlds, we have reached it. Do I know about the kimono style art, anime style furry art? Google kimono furry art and kimono style. I think you'll love it. Nice. I guess castor oil is a kind of like a detox, but it really works. It helps swelling go down and helps it heal like 3 times as fast, I swear. Fuck, I wish I need to like go find a place that like does that shit, because that sounds amazing. $2022 is when they get here. All right, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting for it, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually like, hey guys, it's us, the aliens, we're here. We're ready for you to clap our cheeks. Dude, I need to switch my chair out again. I'm sorry, guys. This thing just keeps fucking absorbing me into it. And I can't like even sit up. Wait, actually, no. Ow, fuck. Actually, Actually, this is it. This is the spot right here. Okay. So back when Pokemon Go came out, I was spending the summer with my mom at the trailer park she lives in Wyoming. It was a really, really messy time in my life. Mom and Dad hadn't been divorced all that long, and they were totally at each other's throats over custody and possessions and stuff. Dad had found a girlfriend, which I suppose was good for him, but I was 19 at the time, and I just didn't want to hear about any of it. Anyway, he wanted to go on vacation with his new girlfriend, and he had general custody of me, so he and my mom arranged for me to stay with her for 2 weeks during the summer. I love my mom, I really do, but it sucked being around her when she was so sad. When she was feeling happy. Wait, I'm confused. If this kid's 19, aren't they like, isn't the custody thing like out the gate, you know what I mean? Like not. You know what I mean? I can actually read now with Pradeep in my lap, actually. I think I can hold him and do some reading. But yeah, if this kid's like 19, like, no, Pradeep, stop, dude. As soon as I pick him up, he's like, oh, let me climb up on the desk and investigate fucking everything. Anyway, he wanted to go on vacation with his new girlfriend, and he had general custody of me, so he and my mom arranged for me to stay with her for 2 weeks during the summer. I love my mom, I really do, but it sucked being around her when she was so sad. When she was feeling happy, it was just like old times. We were having a girls' vacation, basically, but when the thought of the divorce got to her and she'd retreat into her bedroom to cry, it was honestly one of the most emotionally painful times of my life. That's why Pokemon Go became such a welcome distraction, I suppose. It gave me something else to focus on, something to take my mind off the whole thing, and that is something I really, really needed. So one day I get a notification from the game telling me that if I needed to find water-type Pokemon, that I'd have to find a water source nearby. Some of the water types are so cute too, and I really wanted to catch a couple of them to add to my Pokédex. Then I saw that there was a river nearby, not too far from the trailer park, so I told my mom that I was headed out for a walk, along with where she'd be able to find me in an emergency, then headed out into the bright sunshine to catch myself some Pokemon. It was only a short walk towards the river, and honestly, it was such a lovely day for it. I could have spent hours and hours just walking up and down the shoreline, catching all of the adorable little water types and giving them cute names. But my sunny afternoon was cut short by the sight of something floating in the river. At first, I only saw it through my phone camera as I was catching a Poliwhirl, something that looked an awful lot like a clump of garbage floating on the surface of the water. It was under this big highway bridge, so between the bright summer sun and the shade it was in, I just couldn't make out exactly what it was initially. I thought it was a real shame that someone would just dump a bunch of clothes in the river or something, as I could tell that a lot of it was made up of cloth. I still remember how slow I was to realize what I was looking at. And God, it makes me feel so dumb. All like, why would someone throw old clothes away? What are they attached to? Until I actually was like, oh my God. Oh no. Out loud as the super obvious shape of a body could be seen, floating on the surface of the water. It was just so surreal, like it seemed like something out of a movie. I wasn't sure it was even real, or maybe just didn't make it out to be real. But as I got closer, the smell hit me. The sickly sweet rotten smell that made me gag and retch and stumble away so I could call 911 without puking. I was in floods of tears by the time the cops showed up, and the officers were really nice to me, calming me down and asking me a few questions until a forensics team showed up in their van to check the scene out. Then a few days later, the local sheriff's department released a statement saying that they were pretty sure it was just an accidental death, and that there was nothing really suspicious about it. But it still really messed me up for a while, and I ended up having a few bad dreams about seeing the same floating body in various places. It also really put me off of playing Pokemon Go for a long while, which was a real shame because it really is such a fun game. Tate, thank you. I'm glad. Oh yeah, smash that like button, my dudes. We're at 630 people in the Chizat. Sorry if I was a bit ornery there for a bit. I don't know. This ankle shit just sucks. It's annoying as fuck. And I just can't seem to find like a good spot. Yeah, why would Winter... No one hates it. No one hates anyone here. There's no hate. Alex E., what are you up to, my good friend? Being top mod. Do you have a mod bod? Does everyone here have a mod bod? Going blanky mode. So back when Pokemon Go first came out, I was pretty desperate to find people to battle. None of my friends were into Pokemon, and they actually made fun of me quite a bit for wanting to play it. So I was forced to actually walk from gym to gym in hopes of actually finding someone to battle with. Time and time again, I stopped at the gym sites on the little map and saw no one around, so... Time and time again, I stopped at the gym sites on the little map and saw no one around. It really sucked. I guess it just wasn't as popular in the area I lived in, and I didn't really want to go exploring around other areas in the city and risk getting lost somewhere that I didn't know. But this one time, I was just out catching Pokemon when I see someone on their phone near one of the gyms. I got so excited, like ridiculously excited. They didn't seem like someone who would even be into Pokemon, but I guess Pokemon fans come in all shapes and sizes. So, super shyly, Jesus. Super shyly. J-Ride, huh? Or how do you know how you pronounce that? With the $1. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, listen.
How are you doing? How's everybody doing right now? Durf with the 3 says, give Pradeep my lovies and a hello from Per Shallow. Yeah, no, he's laying on the hardwood floor. It's too hot for him in here. Mr. KW Jones with the 5 says, love your content, bro. I had a pretty disturbing story that happened to me a while ago. Can I send it to you and you read it? I definitely can. You definitely can send it in for sure. It's if anybody, I guess I haven't really said this in a while, but if anybody wants to send in a story, you go to reddit.com/r/letsreadofficial. That's the best place to send it in, but you can also send it to my email at letsreadsubmissions@gmail.com. So, super shyly, I walk up to them and try to summon the courage to ask them if they were playing Pokemon Go. But at first the words just wouldn't come, and it was so embarrassing just standing there, like, staring at them with this dumb look on my face. But they actually looked up at me, and instead of being like, "What are you looking at?" the guy was like, "Pokemon Go, right?" with this really sweet smile. I just nod and get out my phone, smiling like an idiot as I bring up the app and prepare to challenge his gym. But out of the corner of my eye, I see something shiny in the guy's hand, something that goes click all of a sudden. As soon as I look up from the phone, my stomach just drops. It was a knife. He put his phone away and taken little flick knife. Shit. What happened to my ankle? I fell off a curve doing some stupid shit. Twerking too hard. Too hard twerk. Are you guys playing Pokemon Go while listening? But out of the corner of my eye, I see something shiny in the guy's hand. Something that goes click all of a sudden. As soon as I look up from my phone, my stomach just drops. It's a knife. He puts his phone away and taken little flick knife. It's a knife. He's put his phone away and taken out a little flick knife out of his pocket. He tells me not to run, not to shout, just to hand over my phone so I could go home safe. I was shaking so hard when I reached out to give him it, knowing my parents could definitely not afford to buy me another iPhone so quickly, and it was then that they got pretty mean, or rather, really, really mean. So I'm a gay guy, and I'm pretty femme, and I honestly thought that I was used to the kind of abuse I get sometimes. But this time it was different. I went from a guy seeing that guy there and thinking he was a Go player to such a low, having basically been mugged for my phone. So when he started calling me all sorts of mean names about how I look and stuff, it really got to me, in a way that it hadn't since I was a teen. I thought he was going to hit me at one point, but it was just like a feint, and I flinched so hard and the guy just started laughing at me, and he continued to laugh and throw insults at me as he walked away, reminding himself that he wouldn't have to run away since I had no means of calling the police. I cried all the way home, trying to hide it in my hoodie, but I know a few people saw my face and it was just so embarrassing. When I got home, my dad pressed me on what happened. I didn't want to tell him, I was just so ashamed that I could have been that dumb, but he demanded to know why I was so upset. When I told him, he just got mad, asking me how I could be so naive to walking around with such an expensive phone on my own, and that just made me cry even more. My mom had a lot more sympathy for what had just happened, and it really softened the blow to know that they'd taken out insurance on the phone when they bought it, so as much as it might take if... I'm gonna play Pokey something. Dude, I can't, like, it's like, I can't, like, sit up and record and keep my foot elevated, you know what I mean? Oh, my fucking god, dude, this foot's, it's, like, gonna be so swollen. It just looks like these fat toes. Pokimane. She thick. When I got home, my dad pressed me on what happened. I didn't want to tell him. I was just so ashamed that I could have been that dumb, but he demanded to know why I was so upset. When I told him, he just got mad, asking me how I could be so naive to be walking around with such an expensive phone on my own, and that made me cry even more. My dad had... Oops, sorry. My mom had a lot more sympathy for what had happened, and it really softened the blow. And I don't know, I can't read this sentence. My mom had a lot more sympathy for what had just happened, and it really softened the blow to know that they'd taken out insurance on the phone when they bought it. So as much as it might take a few weeks, I would indeed be able to get a new one. My dad ended up apologizing for getting mad too, probably because my mom had told him that he should be ashamed of himself for getting angry instead of comforting me like a good father should. But honestly, I get it. He grew up real poor, and I don't think he ever had anything as expensive as that phone until he was in his mid-20s with an actual job. And there is kind of a happy ending to this. I wasn't the only person to get targeted by this guy that stole my phone. In fact, when the cops arrested them, they found out that he was actually a Pokemon Go player in a manner of speaking. He'd hang around taking over gyms, waiting for people to obviously set up to take the gym back, and then he'd steal their phones at knife point. It's absolute scumbag behavior, right? But he got what he deserved, and I'm not sure for how long, but he definitely got some prison time. When I got my new phone, I was much more careful about where I went with it, and with who. Everywhere I was, I'd stop to look every... Sorry, I got like one more sentence here. Everywhere I was, I'd stop to look up every few minutes just to make sure that there was no one around that looked too sketchy or suspicious. And I strongly recommend that you all do the same. Your neighbor's dog bit you on the butt while playing Pokemon Go. That's fucking sucks, dude. Josh X with the 5. A Pokemon and a gay story? I feel like the story was meant for me. Did you write this story, Josh? Thank you for the 5, my friend. Thank you. And Ron with the 5 says, glad I caught at least part of the stream. Thanks for doing what you do. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. Garcias. Soak your foot in Epsom salt. That's a good idea. Oh, I just... Bleh. We're almost at 700 PPL. PPL. Your favorite is Garchomp, and I do love Gibble too. I have 8 of them. Nice. Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro is sick. Slow King was cool, where he gets like the thing on his head. I forget how you get it. You have to like make it happy or something, or like have an appropriate item once it evolves or something like that. Oh wait, or do you have to have the one Pokemon like in the appropriate slot or some shit? I forget. Robbie G, thank you, my friend. Love you too. Good to see you. I need an X-ray. I need to X-ray my foot. I know. I guess so. Like that's what they would advise, but I don't have fucking time to go to a stupid. I mean, if it's not better in a week, I might go in and get it X-rayed. Sarah, thank you. Why does it take 5 hours to spend $500? I'm just wondering. What do you mean? I don't understand. I'm a pretty big Pokemon fan, and I think it's the King's Rock. Oh yeah, the King's Rock. It's like so. It's like hyper specific for him only, kind of thing. New kid, where are you at? That sounds amazing, honestly. Yeah, sorry if I yawn. It's pretty late, and I didn't really get much sleep going into getting my car. I got new brakes today. I've literally had the same ones since stock, you know. Do you have a regular schedule for the streams? Yeah, usually I do the nights. So my normal upload schedule for videos is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday for uploads, like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then streams I'll usually do the night before, so usually Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I didn't do this Sunday since Monday was like a compilation video. And then today, you know, I almost wasn't going to because of the foot, but I was like, well, I still have to record anyways, you know what I mean, just keep on my schedule. It's like, Yeah, so I just went ahead and did it. But yeah, hopefully I'll feel a little bit better for Thursdays. Hey, Josh has become a full-grown pizza and a member of the Buttersock cult. Welcome, Josh. Everybody say hello to Josh. Thank you, my friend. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ow. Ow. Ooh. It's hard to, it's a little easier to twerk on this bouncy ball that I have. I need like a huge fucking medicine ball or a exercise ball or whatever it is. But Judith, with the twerkable amount of money, says, don't know if this is twerk amount, but don't. Thanks for what you do. It's awesome. Love your voice. Oh, and there's euros. Remember, I know the euros look like an E with two lines through it. Or is it two lines? Yeah, two lines through it. It's like a backwards C with two lines. Oh, thank you so much, Judith. It's good to see you. And I'm trying to restrain from doing a seated twerk. It's what we'll all be forced to do when we're in nursing homes in the future. They'll be playing Cardi B late at night, right before Jeopardy. Hopefully Alex Trebek is still alive. And we'll just all be like twerking in our own feces because we probably just shit our pants. You thought it was just sound effects. The sound effect of twerking. Forget the ball, just get the medicine. I know. Alright, so we're on story numero 50.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Wait, what was the listen? Oh, yeah, Debbie. Debbie. About Chia. That's a cool name. With a 2. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, so we're on story 5. Sorry about that, guys. What a coincidence. I'm currently shitting. Incredible. Impeccable timing. Fuck, I want to like throw my foot up, but I just like, then it like forces me to lean forward, and I just cannot get comfortable with this bullshit. I'm like, just imagine me doing like, like those, who are those people, like the hurdlers? I'm just in like a permanent like hurdle position over top of like a hurdle, and I look ridiculous. Yeah, I got a TRI, a twerking related injury. Devi Buccia, I said it wrong. I figured. I am not the okay, Buccia. Wait, Buccia? Kombucha? Either way, thank you. Sam says, how many stories are there? If this is 5 of 6, I might hold it. Now this is 5 of 8. 8 total. I mean, they're all like pretty long too. Okay, so this big Pokemon Go update reminds me of one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. So the game came out in like 2016, I think, but it wasn't until the following year, in the summer break before my senior year, that a buddy of mine got crazy into it. It started as kind of a joke at first, like we'd smoke up, then go for walks looking for Pokemon, then crack up when we could see one on his phone's camera. Some of those things looked so weird and goofy, just sat there in an Arby's parking lot, and my buddy Sean used to totally play it. What? Fuck, dude. I'm like wondering. I don't know. Hold on a second. I gotta get this other chair. I don't know. I can't. right now. Oh my god, like I'm standing up right now and it just feels so much, well, aside from my foot, it feels so much better than sitting down. And it's just, it's like the other one, like, it keeps you, like, erect or whatever for your posture, I guess, but at the same time it doesn't. It's just like it keeps you in a constant fucking weird ass position the whole fucking time. And this chair is like much higher, which is nice. Holy shit. Did I miss? I didn't miss. Okay, we good. We Gucci. We Gucci Malucci. If I'm hurting, go lay down. No, it's not that I'm hurting. It's just like sitting in a chair fucking sucks. Trying to stay erect. I certainly hope I never become paralyzed because I don't think I could do it. Say sorry, Lord. This paralyzed bullshit's for the birds, and then you stand up and walk anyways. Jenna with a 5 Canadian maple syrup says, night night sexy Joel, hope you'll feel better soon, glad to hear your live stream again as I missed quite a few lately. Stay chill. Thank you, Jenna. Hope you have a good night, and thank you so much for the 5. I'm doing me best here. Anyone on here have YouTube? I've tried it. It's pretty cool. Wait, standing up with your knee bent and resting on a chair is a good way to do it. Oh, like my knee bent underneath myself? Or some shit. Couch with leg propped up on the back. It's all good. We'll figure it out. I just need to, like, find me rhythm, find me my workflow. I was so used to the stand-up scenario. I was so used to being able to stand. Disability scooter, yeah. Dude, I need a hover round. That's what I need. Okay, so this big Pokemon Go update reminds me of one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. So the game came out in like 2016, I think, but it wasn't until the following year, in the summer break before my senior year, that a buddy of mine got crazy into it. It started as kind of a joke at first, like we'd smoke up, then go for walks looking for Pokemon, then crack up when he would see one in his phone's camera. Some of those things looked so weird and goofy, just sat there in an Arby's parking lot, and my buddy Sean used to totally play freaking out. Play it. I don't understand this sentence at all. Like, what the fuck is this saying? And my buddy Sean used to totally play at freaking out. Oh. Okay, I don't know. I see, I guess it's like play it up or something. Some of those things look so weird and goofy, just sat there in an Arby's parking lot, and my buddy Sean used to totally play it up, freaking out. Like screeching over the drive-thru staff. Yo, you got a Butterfree up here in your parking lot, homie. Man, I used to die laughing from that stuff. But anyway, so this one time, a few of our friends dug a barbecue pit out in the woods a few miles from our house, then talked their older cousin into buying them some vodka from a local liquor store. It was a real good time. We had drinks, tunes, and the vodka even enticed a bunch of girls into coming along too, which at 17 was kind of a rarity and like the coolest thing ever. We ate our body weight in grilled meat and corn cobs, got drunk, smoked up, danced around to cheesy music like all afternoon. It was dope. Things only really went wrong when Sean and I started to head home. We were walking back through the woods, pretty blazed, and Sean is doing his usual thing of looking for Pokemon the whole time. I don't know if we just headed off in the wrong direction or ended up getting turned around because we were so out of it, but after a while it dawned on us that we were hopelessly lost. Not that it bothered us too much. I mean, the woods weren't huge or anything. If we just kept walking, we'd be alright eventually, right? Wrong. We started seeing this old shack-looking thing. Okay, warm salt water works. Raven, what would, So warm salt water, yeah, like how long did you keep it in there? We start seeing this old shack-looking thing through the trees, along with, and this old car. What? We start seeing this old shack-looking thing through the trees, along with, and this old car that was basically... What is the along with part? We started seeing this... We start seeing this old shack-looking thing through the trees, along with, and this old car. I don't fucking know. Anyways. We start seeing this old shack-looking thing through the trees, along with this old car that was basically just scrap metal by this point. The place looked totally abandoned. We figured that there was no way anyone could actually be living there. But oh, how we were wrong. Some guy just appears from nowhere. Some old hillbilly-looking guy with a shotgun in his hand. I mean, he looked like a cartoon redneck, dungarees, barely fastened boots, some mullet kind of hairstyle that looked like he cut it himself. Like I actually kind of giggled when I saw him for the first time. We turned and said hi to the dude, but he doesn't look pleased to see us at all. He just points the shotgun at us and tells us to stay where we are. We're telling him to chill, that there's no need to point a freaking gun at us, how we'll just leave without making trouble and stuff. But he's demanding to know why we're there, and unfortunately for me, Sean decides to actually be as honest as possible. Yo, we're just looking for Pokemon, dude, chill. And this dude's all like, what the hell's a And this dude literally says, What's a Pokemon? And then decides we're either like lying or making fun of him and starts getting madder and madder. He starts ranting about how he knows we're here to rob him, how he might look dumb, but he isn't. Apparently local kids have been coming around and trying to wreck his little homestead out there, and he was pretty much convinced that it was us. He walked up to Sean and points his shotgun right in his face before racking a shell with that shook sound. I'd never heard that sound up close before, and it was horrifying. I was about to watch my friend get his head blown off right in front of me, but I was so scared that I could barely make a sound, just weakly pleading with the guy not to do it, how it wasn't worth it, all this other stuff. Then the guy pulled up the trigger. But instead of a huge bang that sent my friend's brains flying all over the woods, there was just this dull click. Then another, as the guy tried over and over to actually straight up murder one of my best friends. I don't know a lot about guns, but I do know that this guy's shotgun had misfired, for whatever reason, I don't know. But from the looks of things, it didn't look like he cleaned the shotgun very often. And he starts cursing and growling, trying to fix whatever the issue was. And it was at that moment that I started screaming at Sean to just run so we could get out of there. We just bolted, and managed to get enough distance between us and the shotgun guy so that when he did actually fire, we were too far away from him to get an accurate shot on us. Once we were out there, and certain that the guy wasn't following us, we agreed to meet up the next day once we were sober to go report the whole thing to the cops. We filed a report, and then the cops asked us if we could retrace our steps into the woods to find where this guy's shack was. I wasn't sure we could quite remember where it was since we were so messed up, but it turns out the adrenaline shock had sobered us up quite quickly, and it was way easier to find our way back to where we almost got shot. But a few minutes... sorry. Josh with the 5 says, I used to have a crush on a guy named Joel. Joel in Spanish. He used to work with me at Domino's. Just wanted you to know that. I love that name. Te amo, Joel. Thank you, Josh. So funny. Pradeep will just like look at me with these wide eyes when he wants out, and if I look at him, he'll like make like a sudden jolt for the door, like he's like just waiting for the opportunity. He has like weird ways of communicating. Let me let him out real quick.
Full-grown pizza.
Be right back. Let me let this boy out. Let me let out this boy. Oh, shit. Shannon, see ya. Have a good one. O'Reilly. It thinks you're putting in a phone number. That's why it's hiding the number. So, probably don't want to do that. If you guys want to like friend each other or whatever, you can just do it in Discord. If Alex or somebody wants to link the Discord so people can join that stuff. But Mike B has become a full-grown pizza and a member of the Buttersock Call. Thank you, Mike. Welcome, Mike. To the cult. The cult of the guy with the ganked ankle. Sitting in a very uncomfy chair. Monkey. Is that how you pronounce that? Monkey. Been finding a lot of like primate-related ape-type, monkey-related memes lately. Been really stoked about that. If you guys could follow me on Instagram on my meme page at HornyComputer. Need to get that number up as much as possible. Also, follow me on Twitter. I always do a lot of updates on Twitter for when I'm going to stream and stuff, so you can always be kept up to date. And I'm on Twitter at Let's Read Creepy. I'm on Instagram at letsread.official. And then obviously my meme page at HornyComputer. But probably going to do a full-on like straight monkey post because there's so many. Dude, honestly, monkeys are so fucking funny, dude. They're so funny. They're like the great. I don't know. They're like this just the epitome of just like silly and stupid, and they throw poop but then they also act like us sometimes and do funny, cute shit. I always thought it'd be cool to have a monkey as a pet, you know what I mean? But like, I'm also like slightly terrified that they would eat my face. Can you add links in this chat? The mods can. The mods can add like links to the Discord, links to stuff like that. But conventionally, like everybody else, unfortunately can't add links. Feel like a link. If you want to click a link. Funny and deadly. All computers are horny. So which one is yours? They're the horniest of all computers, my friend. Sealman Joel. I have a cousin named Joel, My name just so happens to not be Joel, though. That's okay. You'll get there one day. You gotta go into the legal court documents, adjust them. Alright, well, let's finish this story out here, shall we? But a few minutes before we found the spot, we smelled this burning smell, like there wasn't much way in the... But a few minutes before we found the spot, we smelled this burning smell, like there wasn't much in the way of smoke, but we weren't all that surprised when we saw the smoldering remnants of this guy's shack in that little clearing. Whether or not he'd burned that thing down himself to stop the cops getting any evidence, or that some kids really had been targeting him, I don't know. But what I do know is that the cops never got a hold of the guy, despite us giving a pretty detailed description. Point being, be really, really careful when you're playing Pokemon Go, or just go exploring places like that in general. There are some real psychos out there, and I don't even want to think about what life would be like now if that shotgun had actually gone off. But I do think I probably wouldn't be able to sit here and type this up. Number 11. Pokemon Go. Sometimes when you're trying to catch a shiny Tarantular, you end up catching Shrek on DVD and going into the special features and realizing that Michael Myers hasn't been in a movie since Inglourious Bastards. I miss Michael Myers. Y'all like Michael Myers? Everybody in chat like Michael Myers, say yeah. Immortal Faye, you were run over by a car? Dude, that's badass. I'm reading like chills. No, I'm not. I am chills. 21-year-old Kayla Campos was an avid Pokemon Go player. Pokemon Go result. Pokemon Go to the polls. The voice, not Myers. Mike Myers, yeah. He was so talented, you know what I mean? Like, I know he had a bit of a struggle with... Oops, what am I doing? I know he had a bit of a struggle with... what the hell was that? Master of... Was it Master of Disguise? No, it was... What the fuck was that shit movie that he was in before he, like, pretty much stopped? It was, like... It wasn't the Master of Disguise, but... It was something... Where almost like they recycled jokes from... I think they recycled... Oh, happy birthday, Justin. They recycled jokes from the Austin Powers movies, which was really weird. Mr. Trent White Umbrella with the 3 says, "Oh, Mackle, you don't know what you talking about." Who's Mackle? He was on Bohemian Rhapsody, bro? Oh, shit, I didn't see that. That's cool. Damn, I want to see him. It's, like, so cool. Like, when I saw him in Inglourious Bastards, and that was so long ago, I was, like, taken aback, you know what I mean? So if I saw him, like, in the modern sense... Wait, rest in peace, Michael Myers? Is he dead?
Hey, listen.
I hope not. Or you mean the serial killer? Michael Myers, actor... Mike Myers. Sorry, Mike Myers. He is 103. Jesus. He's 103 years old. It's fucking old, dude. When he filmed... Wow. When he filmed Austin Powers, he was 89 years old. Jesus Christ. Lila, he's not dead? Oh. Well, he's on his way. He hosted the Gong Show, but was a character. That's cool. I don't know. I'm sure. I like. Let's see. Let's click into his personal life. Myers began dating actress and comedian writer Robin Mikalsen in the late 1980s after meeting at an ice hockey game in Chicago, during which Myers caught a puck and used the incident as an icebreaker to strike up a conversation with Mikalsen. The couple married on May 22, 1993, and Myers later referred to Mikalsen as his muse. The couple filed for divorce in December 2005. Oh, that sounds so lovely. You get to hear about their like romantic meeting, and then, oh yeah, they're divorced too. Mr. Trent White Umbrella with the 2 says Michael does life. He certainly does. He certainly does. Thank you for the 2. We're all on our way out. This is true. This is true. She spelled it Justin with no E. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Justine. Justine. I thought it was like a Justin. "21-year-old Kayla Campos was an avid Pokemon Go player. During the day was employed. During the day, she was employed as a dental assistant at Parkway Dental in Albuquerque and fostered dreams of going to college in order to become an oral surgeon. But after work, she and her boyfriend would spend most of their evenings relaxing by catching Pokemon, driving around Bianchetti Park near their... Is it Bianchetti or Bianchetti? Let me look here. Bianchetti. Let's see. Come on, baby. Can I get a thumbs up?
Pronouncenames.com.
Bianchetti. Bianchetti. I figured it was a Ketty. It was an Italiano pronunciation. Where's the hey listen from for the donations? From Zelda. The little fairy that he has that follows him around. It says, hey, listen, whenever it's got to give you like a tip on some shit. Simple minds create simple grinds. I like that. Joel is the orca, your majestic sidekick. Yeah. No, actually, I think that orca, I keep surveillance on it because it's planning on murdering me. It wants revenge. I forget exactly what for, but orcas are very vengeful animals. Horny orca. Yeah. Also, for my horny computer Instagram meme page profile picture, for anybody that follows me there, do you like that profile picture or should I change it? I feel like it's kind of hard to see, you know what I mean? But I'm willing, because sometimes I think Instagram's profile pictures are stupid because they're like, I don't know, you can't zoom in on them and shit, you know what I mean? Navi is annoying and the reason why I don't have the sound on when I play Zelda. That's funny. Yeah, Michael Myers was on Saturday Night Live, one of my favorite dudes. And then obviously in all of his other successful movies. But after work, her and her boyfriend would spend most of their evenings relaxing by catching Pokemon, driving around Bianchetti Park near their apartment, catching their beloved pocket monsters and bonding as they increased their vast collections. Most young adults their age might be out clubbing or engaging in considerably less wholesome activities, but Kayla and her boyfriend were considerably cleaner cut and innocent, much more inclined towards cozy nights than wild nights out. Yet one Friday night, Kayla and her boyfriend were driving around Granite Avenue in Albuquerque, New Mexico, when they saw something deeply concerning. As they hunted for rare and powerful Pokemon, they witnessed a struggle occurring over in a nearby Ford Mustang, with a silver four-door sedan parked close by. They slowed their speed, trying to discern exactly what was going on as to determine if the people involved might need police assistance. But as they got closer, Kayla saw a pair of men terrorizing a young couple in a violent armed robbery. One of the robbers looked up and saw Kayla staring back at him, a potential witness to the crime. Kayla revved her engine and tried to speed away safely before informing the police, but as she did so, shots rang out from behind them. The bullets tore through Kayla's vehicle, hitting her in the torso and neck before her vehicle smashed into the exterior of a nearby residence. Kayla's boyfriend rushed to call emergency medical assistance, but it was no good. She was announced dead on arrival at a nearby hospital. Her family was devastated, calling her a bright, shining light in the interview with the press following her tragic death. Appeals were made for the victims of the robbery to come forward in hopes that they might be able to identify Kayla's killers, but no one came forward, and so no one was arrested for the charge. Whoops. And so no one was arrested or charged. So as far as we know, the people who took that young woman's life are still out there, somewhere, having completely gotten away with a heinous, needless, and brutal crime inflicted on an innocent young woman whose only intentions that evening was to have fun and help her fellow man. Yeah, it's fucking scary, dude. Scary shit. Scary, scary, spooky shit. If Joel was a Pokemon, which one would you be? I really like Dragonite. He was one of my favorites growing up, and I think it really solidified for me in one of the original Pokemon movies where Dragonite is delivering mail, and he just, I don't know, he seems very, like, majestic and fucking rideable. If that makes any sense at all. I don't know, the Pokemon world just seems so peaceful. I do find it funny, like, that the world's, like, strongest gangs in those movies and stuff are always, like, rather than just using guns or their, like, Pokemon's powers to completely eviscerate somebody, they're just like, if you defeat my Pokemon, I will respectfully go away from trying to take over the world. Lazari Snow with the 5 says, my dad used to read me scary stuff, so this is nice. Well, hello. It's me, Daddy. Let's read. He would be the unreleased Pokemon named Spoomples. Spoomples, is that a thing? I want to see it. Spoomples, the Pokemon. It is. Oh my god, there's a Pokemon named Spoomple. He is a Pokemon that's when masturbating, right before you jizz, you bite your lip and make deep guttural noises while leaning. Oh, that's not a Pokemon. 6 guys blowing 12 guys with a 2. It says, how come Ellie doesn't want some of this? Who the fuck's... Who's Ellie, my dude? I am not... Are you talking about Ellie from... What's it called? The Last of Us 2. You be Charizard? Dude, Charizard versus Dragonite, can you imagine? Uh-oh, celebrities trending. OnlyFans. Our Belle Thorne has made $2 million on OnlyFans in less than a week. A movie is next. What the fuck? Who the fuck is Belle Thorne? Bella Thorne, American actress who... Annabella Avery Thorne is an American actress, director, singer, and model. She played Ruthie Spivey in the television series My Own Worst Enemy and Tansy Henriksen in the 4th season of Big Love before gaining prominence in her role as Cece Jones on the Disney Channel series Shake It Up. I don't recognize her, to be honest with you. But I guess she's got sexy pictures or some bullshit out there on OnlyFans. Oh. Why the fuck would people spend money for that shit, dude? I mean, I guess this is a celebrity, so it's kind of like you might not get that opportunity to see them otherwise, or like somehow they're like in a more highly coveted position of sexual market value or whatever the fuck. Yeah, there's my OnlyFans. Thank you, Fry, for linking my OnlyFans. But otherwise, it's like, why wouldn't you just go jerk off to something else, you know? Seems like a waste of your moolah. Unless you really want to support her career of showing off her tatas. Which is fair. Which is a fair thing to support in this world. Sometimes you need more of that. Alright, story numero 7. Hey, JC. Hey, see ya, new kid K. Peace out. Have a good night. We're almost at, well, we're at 7:50. Okay. What is it? X.com is free. Yeah, there's quite a few free adult websites out there that would be much logical to gather your post-nut clarity than any sort of subscription service. All right, my friends. Story number 7. This is the story of the very last time I, a 19-year-old female, ever played Pokemon Go. I wasn't really a fan of Pokemon at all. I only downloaded the app because I was bored one day and all my friends were into it. But after I caught a few Pokemon and got into the whole thing of naming and raising them, I was pretty much hooked. This was a few summers ago, and there was a few days where all my friends were vacationing with their families, so I was pretty much alone with anyone to hang out with. Without anyone to hang out with. Yeah, let's breed. Let's breed on P-Hub. But after I caught a few Pokemon and got into the whole thing of naming and raising them, I was pretty much hooked. This was a few summers ago, and there was a few days where all my friends were vacationing with their families, so I was pretty much alone without anyone to hang out with. Which is how I ended up walking around a park one day, just sort of minding my own business and catching Pokemon. So at one point, I'm just wandering around and staring at my phone screen when I hear this voice asking me if I'm lost. I look up and see this older guy, maybe only a few years older, is the one who's asking. I tell him no, that I'm all good, and he explains that he's asking because I'm looking at my phone like I'm on Google Maps or something. I politely thank him, but tell him no, I'm not lost, I'm just playing Pokemon Go. Then he asked me what that is. I was pretty taken aback. I was under the impression that pretty much everyone knew what Pokemon Go was, or what Pokemon was at least, so I actually took a minute to explain what the deal is, showing him on my phone that they're like virtual animals around and the app lets you catch them. I give him a little demonstration, kind of grateful for the company at first, then the conversation kind of runs dry before I tell him bye and start to walk off. But he doesn't seem to take the hint. He starts following me and asking me all these questions about Pokemon, but like in a way where I can tell he's not really all that interested in it, and how he's only really interested in me. I was like 16 going on 17 at the time, and this guy had to be in his early 20s. I was super shy around boys, still am, I suppose, so I didn't really know how to talk to him, and it didn't take all that long before the interaction went from a little awkward to downright creepy. He asks if I have a boyfriend, and foolishly I answer him honestly and tell him no, I don't. God, the look in his eyes when I said no, like they lit up in the most predatory way, and I felt even more uncomfortable as he gets overtly flirty, verging on sleazy. He starts asking me all these personal questions, like if I live close by, what school I go to, and I try and answer them as vaguely as possible. In some cases, I sort of outright lie to him also. Eventually, I did actually pluck up the courage to say, "Hey, I'm headed home now. Nice talking to you, but I gotta go." I wanted to tell him to get lost, honestly, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little scared about what kind of reaction he'd have. He was older, bigger, looked infinitely stronger, and the more he talked, the more he took on this distinctly creepy air, like he didn't seem to have that much in the way of social skills, but he seemed to be able to fake like he did. And for some reason, that really creeped me out. He seemed kind of disappointed, but was like Alright, maybe I'll see you later. And I turn and walk away. A few minutes later, I'm headed out of the park, when I happen to look over my shoulder just to make sure he hadn't followed me. I'm not going to pretend I had this uneasy feeling or gave that whole I felt the eyes on me kind of thing, because I really didn't expect this guy to follow me, but he was. He was trailing me, maybe like 50 meters behind. I stopped, turned around, and asked him if he was following me. Dumb question, I know, but I think I was wishfully thinking he was going to say like, "Oh no, I just live this way. Don't flatter yourself." But he responds like, "I just want to make sure you're going to make it home safe." I got the impression that no matter what I said, he'd keep following me anyway, and the last thing I wanted to do was to lead him back to my actual house. So as much as it terrified the little introverted me, I walked a couple of blocks and ended up knocking on a total stranger's door. An older woman answered, immediately looking me up and down like, "Who are you?" But before she had a chance to give the game away, I was like, "Hi, Aunt Jean. Can I come inside? It's real hot out and I need a glass of water." I was so worried she'd be like, "Get out of here." But she looks over my shoulder where I'm guessing she sees the guy in the street behind me, then looks back and sees what was obviously the super nervous look on my face. Then she actually plays along, saying like, "Sure, dear. Come on inside. It's been a while." She was an absolute angel. She seemed to know exactly what was happening from the get-go and explained I'd done the right thing to get inside away from the guy if he was following me around like that. She let me call my dad from her house while she gave me a glass of homemade lemonade that she'd made, which was a little on the bitter side, and I wasn't about to complain. And I waited in her kitchen while she calmed me down and gave me a talk on how I really shouldn't be out on my own like that. It wasn't a straight-up lecture, and I knew she was right. All I did was thank her over and over again while I sipped on that lemonade. She walks out of the kitchen while I get a text from my dad saying he was on the way, and I'll never forget the tone of her voice when she calls out to me from her TV room. "Your stalker's still outside, honey. You sure you can get your dad to give you a ride?" That's when I knew this guy really wasn't just some innocent admirer. Like maybe I was just second-guessing myself, but I actually thought like, maybe I'm just overreacting a few times. But again, that was pure wishful thinking on my part. This guy was not about to give up, way past the point that any reasonable individual would have just given up and walked away. But I assured her that, yeah, my dad was on his way and I apologized for being such a burden. She said it was okay and all, and that's not really what worried me. I thought that if that guy got it into his head that I actually lived here, that he'd be back to like break in or case the place or something. I don't know what exactly. I was running all these scenarios through my head. Anyway, my dad does actually turn up after a while, and I was way more nervous than I should have been about walking out of that place to my dad's car. I told the woman, her name was Maria, that I was honestly really scared, and I'm not ashamed to say I got a little choked up when she told me this in this really motherly way, that if the guy laid a hand on me, they'd have to peel him off the freaking sidewalk. So after that, she opens up the front door, and I walk really quickly over to the dad's car. The dad's car. Oh my god, my butt. What are you doing, step-aunt? Sorry, I have to like stand up for a second because my like hips are so tight from this shit chair. Sitting in a chair. Oh my god. It's just like right on the left side, it's just like so tight. It's so funny, like I remember like back in the day, you know, lifting all the time and being really tight and being like, why am I so tight? And I'm like, it's because of sitting in that fucking chair all goddamn day on being a gamer / YouTube boy. Anyway, my dad does a sorry, hey, Cherry 5. It's because your hips don't lie. I know, they aren't lying right now. They're fucking tight AF. They need to be loosened. My neck, my back, My booty and my crack. Sitting on a pillow. Maybe. Perhaps. Protect the touche. Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of this. Get back to standing again. So after that, she opens the front door. And I walk really quickly over to my dad's car while the guy starts asking where I'm going, if we can hang out again soon, stuff like that. I just ignore him, looking back at Maria briefly to see that she's giving this guy a real death stare, and quickly get into my dad's car. He starts asking me who the boy is, all this accusatory stuff, before I explain that I literally managed to get myself a stalker while walking around the park playing Pokemon Go. He flips his lid at first, but calms down before telling me that I wasn't to be just walking around on my own like that it wasn't safe and all this other stuff. To be fair, he was totally right about. But by the time I explained that I'd knocked on Maria's door to get somewhere safe, he tells me he's proud of me of doing the right thing, but that knocking on a stranger's door was still a pretty unsafe thing to do. So a few days later, I get the idea to bring Maria a gift as a way of saying thank you for being so nice. Dad agrees that it would be a sweet idea and drives me to the store one day to pick up some flowers and stuff. Then we drive around to Maria's place, and luckily she's home, so we don't have to leave them on the front step in the sun, where no doubt they would have wilted and the chocolates would also... And the chocolates we also got for her would have melted too. Dad says thank you to her and was real sweet before we leave the drive. I don't know why. I'm like my brain can't process shit. Mike B with the 10 says #1 fan. Thank you, Mike B. Thank you. Once you're young, you just want to be old, but once you are old, you just want to be really young again. Yeah, it would be sweet. I mean, I still feel young, but then as soon as I said that, I fucking cracked my ankle off of a 6-inch curb. As if God was to say, like, we're gonna speed up this aging process just a tad. Dad says thank you to her too and was real sweet before we leave to drive home again. But before we do, Maria asks if she can have a little talk with me in private. Dad agrees before getting in the car to turn it around before we depart. That's when Maria tells me that the day after I'd paid my little visit to her, she had found a caged rat on her doorstep in the morning as she'd left for the grocery shopping. That's when Maria tells me that the day after I'd paid my little visit to her, that she'd found a caged rat on her doorstep in the morning as she'd left for grocery shopping. Not the pet store kind either. This thing was mangy and big. She asked me if I could think of any reason why the stalker guy might do that, since at first she wasn't sure it was him that did it at all. I had to explain about the game that I was playing and that it was all about catching these fictional animals, and that given the nature of the game, it almost definitely was my stalker that had done it. I was so creeped out, but I thanked her again before I jumped back in the car and we drove home. I still think about Maria often, but I worry about the guy and how he might bother her again, this time in a worse way. I really hope she comes to regret inviting me inside. Whoops. I'll just restart that whole fucking paragraph. I still think about Maria often, but I worry the guy might bother her again, this time in a worse way. I really don't hope she comes to regret inviting me inside that day, and I really hope I don't run into that guy around town again, because if I do, he might actually follow me home to where I actually live. And if he's the kind of person to catch a sewer rat, there's no idea what he'll do next. Fuck. Night, Joey. Good night. And if he's the kind of person to catch a sewer rat, there's no telling what he'll do next. And I get the horrible feeling it'll just be a matter of time before I see him on the news or something, having committed some horrible crime on some other poor, unsuspecting young woman. And like I said, I never played Pokemon Go ever again. Little Miss Killjoy with the 2 says, not much, but hopefully you can get a better chair. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, basically my ankles, I twisted my ankle, and I'm hoping that once it heals, I won't ever have to sit in a chair again, because normally I do a standing desk, and it's just so much better for your hips, like, long term. I don't know if you guys are, from what I've heard, like, long periods of sitting, whether it's at home, at work, wherever the fuck, like, it's apparently, like, just as bad for you as in long term as, like, smoking. I mean, obviously I don't think those are completely equal, but just the sort of, like, stenosis of your blood, like, it just kind of, like, becoming stagnant, the muscles in your hips, hamstrings, and back all tightening up and kind of, like, taking the toll on your posture, and probably originating a lot of your back pain without even realizing it. But yeah, it's not a good. Yeah, that guy caught a Timmy the rat. We're gonna see Timmy the rat fucking make its way back to many stories, I feel like. Your cats regularly bring back rats bigger than a US dollar, just the body. That's crazy. Hobo, you sit and smoke. It cancels out. That's good. 2 negatives in the multiplication mathematics create a positive, so you're good to go. Legs can certainly suffer atrophy. Yeah. And I think just like being in a standing desk, you're burning, I don't know, burning more calories too, I think, or just a little bit more active. It takes a little while to get used to, and most of the time when I'm standing at my desk, I'm like actually wearing shoes, which is kind of funny. Live out, Timmy. Timmy. Ron with the 5 says, wish I could stay for the whole stream, but I'm too tired. Bye-bye. Bye, Ron. Have a good night. Thank you. I am a little sleepy. I got this one more story to go. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs long. So we should be in the green.
Hey, listen.
Fuck. That popped up right when I was like about to read, and it threw me off a little bit. So this isn't a traditionally spooky story by any stretch of the imagination. It's not about Dogman or Slenderman or any kind of ghostly or paranormal experience, so don't go thinking this is going to be some dumb creepypasta or anything like that. This is the true story of one of the most frightening and traumatic experiences of my entire life. One that I know my friends think about often too, even though we rarely talk about it. It's something that I sometimes wish that I could just unremember, if that's even a word. Something that gave me nightmares for weeks after, and I still see from time to time when I fall asleep, even at a time when it seems like I'm over the whole thing. And it all happened while playing Pokemon Go, of all things. So me and my friends were hooked on that game for months. Most of us were into Pokemon anyway from back when we were kids, and the Game Boy Advance version of the game came out. We used to battle in school, trade Pokemon and all that. We were verging on obsessed with it. That's when the augmented reality game came out in 2016, and we were obsessed with that too, since it basically brought the whole fantasy of real-life Pokemon into kind of a reality for us. But not just that. I know it's hardly the coolest thing in the world to admit, but all the gym battling and social side of the game was actually a pretty good way to meet girls. Not that we ever actually had much luck with that side of thing, but I suppose it was somewhat of a motivation, especially whenever you would join certain Pokemon Go Discords and Facebook communities around town, and you could meet up. But as I was saying, we were obsessed with it, to the point that we'd spend most of our weekends one autumn just hanging around and catching Pokemon wherever and whenever we could. We had like a running, reigning champion thing going, and honestly I think we wanted to make the most of the semi-decent weather before the British winter made going outside pretty much unbearable. So we're exploring some woodland near where we lived one day, messing around and generally making idiots of ourselves by getting way too excited about the whole battling thing. One of us decides that they needed to go for a pee, and they wandered off into the trees for a minute before they come back. Sorry, I'm fucking that whole sentence up. I'm fucking up this whole motherfucking sentence. One of us decides that we needed to go take a pee break, so they wander off into the trees for a minute before they come running back, still doing their pants up and laughing, but like in a way that they were trying to keep quiet. They tell us to follow them, which we do, before we hear some grunting and stuff coming from a set of bushes close by. Our mate announces with a kind of perverted pride that he found two people shagging out in the bushes, and we're peeing ourselves from a few minutes of the sounds that we were hearing. Some bloke grunting and groaning away with some faint whining sounds mixed in, obviously from the girl in the mix. But then we hear something that sounds like the girl isn't having as good a time as we'd first thought, which elicits a little bit of nervous laughter at first before we hear something that makes our blood run cold. "If you tell anyone about this panting voice says, I'll kill your mom and dad." Well, that was it. We just freaked out. One lad wanted to just leg it, and if I'm honest, part of me wanted to just get out of there too, but for some reason, we couldn't. We knew something horrible was happening, and the alternative to actually confronting it seemed even worse. So we agreed that on the count of 3, we were just going to run through the bushes and stop whatever grimness was going on. And we did. We counted to 3, then ran into the bushes to see some fella pinning this girl down by the wrists. We started giving him a proper kicking, telling him to get lost, that we're calling the police, all this Billy Big Bollocks talk as he gets up, looking terrified, and then legs it himself. But dear God, I swear, we were so not ready for what we saw. The girl was all bloody around the face, and there was a hammer laying next to her among the dirt and fallen leaves. She still had a jacket on, but she had no bottom on at all. The fella had obviously pulled them off, and they were lying in a heap just next to her. She was an absolute mess. No fault of her own, obviously, and I don't want to go into too much detail as it makes me sick just thinking about it. But it wasn't just her face that was covered in blood. She seemed completely stunned at first, like she didn't even know where she was. But I suppose if I'd just been smashed in the face with a hammer, that I wouldn't know where I was either. She couldn't talk, and by the time she regained her senses a bit, all she could do was cry. And it was only then that we really noticed how young she was. I mean, she was really young. Maybe only year 7, like ages 12 or 13. And maybe she was a bit older, but she was definitely just a girl. We got her dressed and phoned an ambulance, but it was the police that arrived first for some reason. I suppose they were just in the area and got patched into the 999 call. I suppose they were just in the area and got patched into the 999 call or something. After she got into the ambulance, we never saw her again. Now, I'm not too keen on telling you that we all had a bit of a cry after that. Not there and then, but I've spoken about it a little bit with the lads, and we're all really messed up by it. I'd never seen anything so disgustingly horrifying in my entire life. None of us had. And the more it sunk in, what was happening, the more it got to us. We all had to give statements to the police, and some of us even took time off of 6th form to just recover from what we'd seen. And we tried not to talk or think about it, really. I suppose that's just what boys are like. Writing it out now, I actually do wish it had just been a freaking ghost or something like that. Sometimes I think that'd be easier to deal with. At least we'd be able to explain it away or pretend like we just had a collective hallucination. And I really hope that this doesn't bring back the nightmares, because I'm not messing about when I say it really did haunt me for a while. Way more than any ghost could. There was worse things to be haunted by than a freaking ghost. Sorry, I said grossed. Jesus Christ. Way more than any ghost could. And there's worse things to be haunted by than a freaking ghost. Real life. There's way more things where... God damn it, my fucking back. Ugh. Dude. It's like sitting in this shit chair has like deterred my pain of my ankle to my stupid back. That's kind of a good thing, right? Way more than any ghost could. There's worth... God fucking damn it, dude. Am I desensitized to this? I am desensitized for the most part to reading these stories, though I know not everybody else is. Way more than any ghost could. There's worse things to being haunted by... a ghost. Yeah. It's a ghost. Oh my god, it's a ghost. Dude, I keep looking at the sentence and then I get fucked up. I don't know why. Way more than any ghost could. There's worse things to be haunted by than a freaking ghost. Real life. You love hearing the bloopers, yeah. I figured, you know, like, everybody wanted to hear bloopers and shit like that. But there's really no better way to hear it than a live stream. That was a sad story to end on. But, got lung butter. Oh yeah, I'm all lubed up. Many spirits in the hospital. I only saw them once, but they were everywhere. I saw a bunch walking down the hallways. I get confused about that. It's like, if you're... Being a ghost seems like it sucks, you know what I mean? Because, like, what, are you just fucking, like, stuck forever to, like, wander... It seems like hell, you know what I mean, to be, like, a ghost. That might as well be hell, I feel like, minus the whole, like, eternal torture. Homeland Security has returned. What's up, my friend? Keeping this nation safe. Well, my friends, we have reached the end. Oh, fucking shit. What time is it? 2:11? Beautiful. And think of something funny for me to, as I read this outro. Hey friends, thanks for listening. Click that notification bell to be alerted of all future narrations. If you got a story, be sure to submit them to my subreddit, r/Let'sReadOfficial, and give and receive feedback from my community, and maybe even hear your story featured on the next video. And join my Discord to interact with me and other listeners directly. And if you want to support me even more, grab early access to all future narrations for just $1 a month on Patreon, and maybe even pick up some Let's Read merch on Spreadshirt. And check out the Let's Read podcast, where you can hear all these stories in long compilation form and save huge on data, located anywhere you listen to podcasts. Links in the bio. Thanks so much, friends. And poopity-doopity-doo. Something about ankles, yeah. And I've got cankles. Don't spaz out and, yeah, sprain your ankle. Thanks so much, friends. And remember, don't suddenly spaz out and sprain your ankle. There it is. Maybe, yeah, maybe I did it when I was wearing high heels, and you guys don't even know. I was out in the town, a lady of the night, so to speak. Prowling for my next victim. My next customer. Well, guys, thank you for tolerating my bullshit tonight. I appreciate it. How did I sprain my ankle? Well, I was doing high knees for no good reason. I was just excited about life, excited about health and wellness, and was doing high knees past my friend, but then it was dark out, and I didn't realize there was a curb there, and as I slammed my one leg down in the process of a downward high knee, it caught the edge of the curb and twisted and fucking sprained itself, I guess. Hopefully it's just a sprain. I don't know. It seems like it's getting better. I mean, I think so. But, high knee. I was doing some high knees. But guys, thank you again. Looking forward to getting this video out tomorrow. It'll be up first on Patreon. I can't say that I'm going to stay up and edit this right now because I'm pretty frig-a-liggin' tired. And I need to like go stretch and shit. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter, Let's Read Creepy. Follow me on Instagram, Let's Read.official. Follow my meme page. I'll be updating that here probably tonight with some hilarious memeage. Send me memes too. I need as many as I can fucking get. Send me good ones. No boomer bullshit. Yeah, be up for some Patreon. It's only $1 a month, and then the actual video will be released tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 2 a.m. right now, so that's why I say tonight. But gonna get me some sleep. Hopefully I'll wake up and my leg will be miraculously healed. I believe if enough of you pray, you can manifest that into reality with the power of the Lord Jesus Christos. That'd be sweet too. Or if you know magic, anybody knows magic, that would be neat. But anyways, thank you so much. It was good to see you. I'm glad I got to stream, honestly. I'm glad I get this opportunity to do this stuff because, I don't know. It's just a wild, it's just a surreal experience sometimes, and I just appreciate you guys. So I shall see y'all's again soon. Oh yeah, go join the Discord so you can go continue chatting with each other and no drama. Drama-free zone. Drama-free zone. Okay. Bye-bye.